Yo, hello and welcome to this latest episode of the Fully Booked Coach podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Poulter. And for anyone watching on Instagram Live, if you're live, then put some questions in the comments. And if anyone's listening to the podcast or watching us on YouTube, then leave your comments, leave a review. We're going to dive straight in. 10 highly converting content hooks. So before I get going, something you need to understand is in the month of November, really simple. If you just go onto the podcast, if you're listening to it on Anchor or on podcasts or on iTunes or Spotify, all you got to do is just take a screenshot of the podcast, stick it in your story, and at the end of November, I'm going to give £100 cash to whoever does that. So I'm going to pick someone at random. Okay. Already had a few guys and girls do it, which I appreciate. And it helps me get the podcast out there. And likewise puts £100 cash in your pocket. So let's dive in. The question is, do you ever feel like you are, seeing other coaches posting great content or they seem to be getting better traction with their content and you don't seem to be getting that traction with your content? Or maybe you want to create content, but you don't really know how to create a good hook, how to get someone to pay attention to your content. Well, that's what we're going to cover today. So first thing you need to understand is with these hooks that I give you, these can be applied best to Instagram Reels, which you should be creating, or Instagram at the start of your Instagram stories that you can say these words, or you can also use them on LinkedIn or YouTube Reels or TikTok. So we're going to dive straight in. So number one, secret way to. Okay, the first one is secret way to. So the way to use this as a hook is you would say secret way to achieve said thing. As an example, it might be secret way to get a six pack or get rid of your dad bod or secret way to double your confidence. Insert a typical outcome or result that your ideal client typically wants to come to you for. So you need to have a good understanding with this one specifically, and also a lot of the content hooks that I'm going to give you. You need to get a good understanding of who it is that you're working with, and do not overcomplicate this. In the beginning, when you're starting out as a fitness coach, try and work with as many different people as you can. Over time, you can find your specialism and go deeper. But in the beginning, don't stress if you don't have one. Okay, number two, something hack you need to know. Okay, so write these down, guys. Grab a pen and paper. Something hack you need to know. It could be fitness hack you need to know, mindset hack you need to know, fat loss hack you need to know, strength hack you need to know, fitness hack you need to know for guys, or fitness hack for ladies you need to know. But insert your something hack they need to know. And again, the way that you use these would be at the start of like an Instagram reel or a TikTok. What you need to understand, guys, you've got about 3 to 5 seconds to hook someone's attention. So working on these and perfecting these over time, one of the best pieces of advice I can also give you is that when you're saying these hooks, that you practice them in multiple different ways. Practice them in multiple different ways, multiple different tonalities. Fitness hack you need to know. Here's a fitness hack you need to know. Here's the number one fitness hack you didn't know about. So even change up the wording a little bit as well. Okay, number 3, X something I wish I knew earlier. So it might be like fat loss hack I wish I knew earlier. Or it might be muscle building tip I wish I knew earlier. Or it could be, let's say, for example, like it's a mindset hack I wish I knew earlier. The reason why this one works so well is because it also crosses over into your own personal experience, and people then start to get an idea of you and what you're about. Because if you're constantly creating content that's just about your ideal client or your potential client or the people you work with, people just see you as a coach, there's no personal story to you. They don't understand who you truly are. So that's number 3. Number 4, steal my, insert the thing you want to give them. So it might be steal my morning routine, steal my protein pancake, steal my beef stew recipe. The reason why these ones work really well is because people follow you because they like something about you. They've seen an attractive quality in you, either as a coach or as a person, or even better, as both. So people are intrigued and interested to find out what it is that they can steal from you. And like me, I could say, steal my highly converting content hooks. Whereas for you, it might be steal my fat loss tip that got me shredded. Steal my fat loss hack that lost me 30 kilos over the past 3 years. So steal my, and then insert the hook. Okay, number 5 of 10. 3 steps to. This one is so simple. Write this down, and really effective. So if you're ever not sure what to name your post, just insert the amount of steps you want to give. Typically 3 is a minimum, up to maybe 5 to 7. 3 steps to achieve said thing. So 3 steps to drop 10 kilos. 3 steps to get a 6-pack. 3 steps to double your bench press. So think about the kind of tips that you give out, and then break them down into 3 easy steps. 4 steps to do your first chin up. 5 steps to handling eating at the weekends. 6 steps to going on holiday. Insert your steps following. Okay. Number 6 of 10. Did you know? Did you know is one of the best hooks you can use, and you can apply it to any niche. Did you know that 45% of women give up on their fitness journey for this reason? Did you know that 27%, try and include some statistics, and also when you're speaking to your ideal client, also try and add in something that's maybe like quantifiable. Like, did you know that most guys don't lose more than, say, 10 kilos of body fat after having their kids? Or did you know that most dads put on 5 kilos after having their kids? Here's how to get rid of it. So once you've said the did you know hook, I would also suggest you follow on with a solution to said problem. It's like, did you know that by not stretching before your sessions is actually limiting your strength by 50%? So here's 3 ways to improve your stretching. So then you insert your solution. Okay, number 7 of 10, write this down. X best ways to. 5 best ways to achieve a said thing. Example, 5 best ways to get a 6-pack. 5 best ways to get a flat stomach. 5 best ways to build your glutes. 5 best ways to drop body fat. 5 best ways to increase your confidence. 4 best ways to lose body fat before Christmas. 7 best ways to lose body fat after Christmas. Okay, so you can get even more specific by inserting the period and the time. Okay, number 8 of 10. How to do X thing without having to do X thing. Example, how to get a 6-pack without having to do crunches. How to get a 6-pack without going to the gym. How to build muscle without needing a gym membership. How to lose 10 kilos of body fat without going to the gym. How to get shredded without doing cardio. So try and think of how to achieve the thing they want without having to give up a thing. Okay, and you can do this in your Instagram bio as well, guys. Like, write that down as a hack. I help mums drop the weight they gained from pregnancy without spending hours in the gym. So you can apply this to your Instagram bio and your captions. Okay, number 9 of 10, almost there. This X tip will blow your mind. So this mindset tip will blow your mind. This fat loss tip will blow your mind. This muscle building tip will blow your mind. So you want to insert this X tip will blow your mind. And obviously what this one's doing is it's creating intrigue for the person that's about to watch. So remember we said at the beginning of this, you've got about maybe 3 to 5 seconds to capture someone's attention. Well, you've got to think, if you say this fat loss tip will blow your mind, you better follow up with something that they probably haven't heard before. So this is one to use, guys, when you're doing something that's more of like a unique out of the box suggestion. So like if you do if you have a really crazy breakfast that you have, or a really crazy opinion or approach that you take to your fat loss or your training, this is a good way to go. And 10, number 10 of 10, you won't believe this, ... So you might say, you won't believe this. I went to the gym the other day. I walked in and there was a guy dressed up in a full Father Christmas outfit. And he was there on the treadmill running. And I went over and spoke to him and asked him this question. I said to him, what the fuck are you doing? And he said, and you tell a story. Okay, so you won't believe this. Insert crazy story that you've had. I made that up on the spot. Hopefully you've got a better one than that. So to recap, back to the beginning. So write these down. We've got number 1, secret way to insert your secret way to achieve a thing. Number 2, insert hack you need to know. Something hack you need to know. Fat loss hack you need to know. Number 3, X something I wish I knew earlier. 5 fat loss tips I wish I knew earlier. Number 4, steal my, insert your magic blueprint, your framework, your formula, your method. Number 5, 3 steps to achieving a thing that your people want. So 3 steps to getting a six-pack if you work with guys, building your glutes, potentially if you work with women who want bigger glutes. Number 6, did you know, insert statistic or something crazy that is intriguing and new. It has to be something a bit more outside the box. Number 7, X best ways to achieve the common goal. Number 8, how to achieve a thing without having to do a thing. How to get shredded without doing cardio. Number 9, this X tip will blow your mind. This fat loss tip, this mindset tip, this muscle building tip will blow your mind. And number 10, last but not least, you won't believe this, and then tell a story. So there you have it, guys. To recap, we've got get these done within 3 to 5 seconds, record them more than twice, maybe 2 to 3 options, say the same words, but in different ways. Use less words, so try and trim the fat. So if you can say, oh, hey, welcome to the video. Here's 3 fat loss hacks you never knew about. Just get straight into it. Here's 3 fat loss hacks you didn't know about, or 3 fat loss hacks you didn't know about. Try and say the same thing in less words. And don't forget, if you screenshot this podcast and stick it in your story and tag me, you will be entered into winning £100 cash at the end of November. And make sure if you're not following me and you're not here on Instagram, that you follow me on Instagram at FullyBuilt And if you've been watching it on Instagram, I want you to comment any questions below or DM me the word info to learn about coaching. And if you're on the podcast, then you can either leave a review, or if you're on YouTube, you can leave a comment there, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you on the